tonight. This is part 6 of the On the Basics series. We're going over pain management and maintaining a healthy balance. A large part of what we'll be focusing on tonight is something called the touch technique, which was built by our Chief Medical Officer. We'll talk about how to use that as a regimen for your overall health and well-being. Let's get started. So first off, I always like to tell people that what I'm sharing with you today is my opinion based on research and experience. I do feel you will find amazing answers for yourself and your family and anyone you know in the next 45 minutes or so. But I am in no way attempting to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. I will leave that up to you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what these essential oils are that we're going to talk about tonight. I like to call this nature's medicine or original medicine. Some may call it alternative medicine, but I really do urge you to think about it for a moment. Like I said, I like to think of it as original medicine, because long before we had laboratories, families relied solely on the earth to provide for their needs. So let's talk a little bit about some of the benefits of plant medicine. So if you're looking at the screen, you can see this beautiful green leaf, and underneath it is a modified version of that leaf. So strange little image with the purple spikes. Like I said, it's a very close to that leaf, and those little white round sacs are the actual sacs that contain the essential oil of peppermint. So the beautiful thing about nature's medicine is that it's able to get to the root of the problem. We aren't just masking symptoms. It is able to support our body so that our body can actually help heal itself. One of the tools that I've used for my family is the essential oils. I think a lot of people are familiar with essential oils either in cleaning products or for aromatherapy. I want to share with you the best way to utilize these tools in many different ways so that you can really support the health of your family. So, the question I get a lot when working about essential oils is all essential oils the same? And the simple answer is no, they're not. The process of getting pure essential oils is a long one, and it consists of a lot of different factors. So they have to be grown where the plant is located individually. During the growing process, it is important that the plants aren't made or treated with chemicals. And when they are ready to be harvested, they have to be cut at a precise time of day so that all the constituents are present. Then they need to be processed in a manner that is best suited for that individual plant, with the right temperature and the right amount of pressure. Once the oil has been extracted from the plant, to be tested to ensure that there is no foreign contaminants and that they do not contain all the therapeutic level constituents that are necessary for us to be able to utilize them. So one has to test, and they need to be bottled with care, which means no fillers are added. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of companies that cut corners in one or more of these areas, which is going to give them a low price point, but it's going to give the consumer, which is us, an inferior product. So I know personally I want to know that what I'm using for my family is best and the safest. So that's why I get into all the different things that go into these essential oils. The other question I really get a lot is people ask me, why should I do the essential oils when I could just do herbs? Now, one thing that they don't understand is that oils are more potent than herbs. So when those are processed correctly, just like we talked about, it concentrates the benefit of the plant. So only any bit of essential oil is actually needed when they're being used. So if you have a pure essential oil, they can be as much as 75 times concentrated than compared to the herbs. So in addition to that, I don't have to spend the countless hours making tinctures and teas and salves. I can just open a bottle of oil and I'm ready to go. So we do still use herbs. We do enjoy teas. I've made my fair share of salves and tinctures, but I love knowing that when I need it, it's there and it's ready to be used right out of the bottle. So now let's talk a little bit about the different grades of essential oils. I think this is really important because many companies produce or use oils, but not all the essential oil products are going to be equal. In fact, some can actually be very toxic to our bodies. So there are different grades, and it's important to be aware of these distinctions. The first grade we're going to talk about is this big blue circle right here. This is the lowest grade of essential oils. These are synthetic. They're produced in labs, and they have copied the components of the oil. But the oils themselves are very low quality. It's going to be typically used in lotions or perfumes. Then as we move inward to this green circle, these are the food-grade essential oils. So these are used to flavor foods, like the flavoring in salad dressings or chewing gum. The next inner circle here, this purple one, is the therapeutic grade. These are the ones intended for health benefits. So this grade has held in the essential oil industry's last 30 years. These are the oils that are found in health food stores that are used in dishes. It can serve well, but doTERRA really wanted to take it one step further. So doTERRA developed what they call Pure Therapeutic Grade as a new standard in essential oils. This is our internal standard. And we hold the standard by demanding the highest quality in aspects of the growing, processing, and distributing essential oil we have. So doTERRA is very committed to obtaining oils from their original source. So they buy oil growers that they select and train and monitor for oils. So our lavender, for example, is going to come from the north of France. The frankincense is coming from the Middle East region. Citrus comes from the Mediterranean region. So the other thing they do is make sure that there are no synthetic impurities or chemicals in their essential oils. So you can trust that if a batch does not meet the high standard that doTERRA set, it's not going to make its way into the bottle. So you know every bottle you get are really pure and potent. As that, I can trust that each bottle is going to be safe for my family. So as we go into this, there's several different ways that you can use essential oils. The first one is the added use of essential oils. And I love this one because smell is 10,000 times more sensitive than any of our other senses. It provides immediate communication with our brain, so it helps affect our moods very quickly. And using essential oils can also be a great way to support the airway and to cleanse and purify the air. Now tonight, we're really going to be focusing on the topical use of essential oils. I think this is a great way to utilize essential oils. It's a great way to address occasional stomach aches, to soothe the sore muscles and achy joints and muscle tension we're going to talk about tonight. It's also a great bond with your family and your loved ones. So when I put them on my kids, they just absolutely love it. They love for me to rub oils on their back or on their feet. It just really combines the power of the essential oils with the powerful touch that you can have, that healing touch. Now the other way is the internal use, and this is unique to doTERRA because our oils are pure. We do have several that are safe for internal consumption. People will choose to take them, dropping them directly under the tongue or using them in a gel capsule or water. This is a great way to support the digestive system and to support healthy mouth and throat, as well as the liver. So I always like to tell people that essential oils are very safe in general, but there are a couple key things that I want everybody to understand. The first thing is you never ever want to put the essential oils directly in your eyes, ears, or nose. They can be around these places but never in them. Also, when using a hot oil, such as oregano and cinnamon, you're going to want to use a carrier oil to dilute, not water. Water will push them quicker. So we like to use fractionated oil as the carrier oil in our home. So this fat coconut oil actually stays liquid. So it's easy to use. It stays good year-round, regardless of the temperature. And it's really quickly absorbed by the skin. So if you look at this screen, We talked a little bit about the application methods. So you've got the aromatic, the topical, and the internal. And this here will also make sure you know if the oils need to be diluted. So if you see an N, you can apply it directly to the skin. An S should be diluted for children or those with sensitive skin. And the D is for those hot oils that you're going to want to dilute across the board. Now, I always tell people, always err on the side of dilution. You're only going to enhance the benefits by increasing surface area that's in contact with the oil and helping it absorb quicker and not evaporate. So dilution, you don't lose any therapeutic benefits by diluting, and it's always better to be safe that you're not going to cause a skin sensitivity by a oil without dilution, especially that first time. Okay, so tonight, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about pain and pain management, stress management. So this is a really great little pyramid to kind of see how to balance your health and your wellness. Obviously, things like eating right and exercising, rest and managing stress, reducing toxic loads, and then good proactive self-care and medical care are going to be very important. Tonight, we're really going to focus on this middle bar here, the rest and the managing stress, and some of the things that you can do to improve that. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have several essential oils that are great for the management of that occasional stress that we encounter in our life. So we all encounter stress. Stress is the body's response to difficult, pressured, or worrisome circumstances. So it can actually manifest itself in physical ailments. You can get emotional tension, and you can get a physical ailment from a physical problem, but you can also get a physical ailment from an emotional problem. So stress has a lot of physical symptoms that often come with it. It can include things like headaches and muscle soreness, fatigue, insomnia, nervousness. It can even go anxiety and irritability. There are several oils that you can look up that are recommended to help manage stress in a healthy way. So lavender is one, very calming. Lemon's very uplifting. You also see like ylang and bergamot, elevation, serenity. Elevation and serenity are some really great blends that doTERRA puts out. A lot of our citrus are going to be very uplifting. We'll talk a little bit more about the Aroma Touch blend as well as balance as we go through. Now, the other component to that are essential oils manage occasional muscle and joint pain. Occasional muscle pain usually results if we overdid it, we overused the muscles, we're keeping tension in our muscles from stress. It can also be from strain or injury. So there are several different blends and single oils that are really good for soothing sore, achy muscles and joints. These include Deep Blue blend, Aroma blend, marjoram, peppermint, wintergreen, white fir. You've got the vetiver, Roman chamomile again, helichrysum, and incense. They're all good. So tonight, what we're going to focus on a little bit is something called the Aroma Touch technique. So like I alluded to in the beginning, this technique was developed by Chief Medical Officer, Dr. David Hull, and it is really designed to provide a clean approach to essential oil application that you can do in your own home. So this is something anybody can learn to do. You can use it as, a regular routine for your family, either weekly or, a couple times a month or at least once a month in order to promote balance and wellness for different family members. So it really does address whole body needs, and it helps to create overall systemic health fits and balance. So you can see where, the red stress cycle, toxic inflammation, and imbalance, and then after you use the Aroma technique, you really kind of help to bring all that back into a healthier state. So the Aroma Touch technique is going to address common negative factors that can impair our health, and it's going to help return the body to a state of homeostasis or balance. So it really uses a 4-step process. The first one is to assist with stress management. The second is to assist with cleansing and rejuvenating. is supporting a healthy inflammatory response and supporting autonomic balance. So the first part of the AromaTouch technique to help with stress management. So elevated stress levels, especially when they're chronic or maintained over time, have been shown in multiple studies to have negative consequences to the health. So it can create chronic health problems, it can create problems sleeping. Stress is just associated with so many different things that affect our health negatively. So the way the AromaTouch technique works is that oils actually get paired up. So the two oils that get used specifically for stress management portion are Balance and Ladder. So both of these can work together, and they create a sense of calm and well-being in the person receiving the treatment or the massage technique, and help to promote tranquility. We're going to follow the Balance and the Ladder with cleansing and rejuvenating step. So the purpose behind this step is that we understand that proper functioning of the immune system can really be hampered and decreased by a lot of different environmental and dietary factors. So we know exposure to different things can contribute to the weakening of the immune system, and this really makes our body have to work a little harder in order to maintain its health. So for this step, we want to incorporate On Guard Immunity Blend and Manuka, which is also known as tea tree oil. Both of these essential oils, especially when used together, have cleansing and regenerative properties, and they help people manage and control systemic threats. So this is the next step in the process. And then we're going to move into helping our body maintain a healthy inflammatory response. So it goes hand in hand with step 2, that the immune system will create an inflammatory response when body tissues have been injured. That injury could be by bacteria, it can be trauma, toxins. There's a lot of different things that can invoke that immune response. And we also know that just like chronic stress, chronic inflammation can actually be very damaging to our tissues. So inflammation, it throws off our autonomic balance internally, and it can also be with a lot of different types of pain. So in order to help our body be more healthy in its response, we're going to use the essential oil of AromaTouch blend and the Deep Blue blend. So when these are used together, it helps to ease the ache and sore muscles that come occasionally through our day and our week. It's going to help calm tension, and it's going to help support local circulation to the air. So the fourth and last step that you see with the aroma technique is using oil to help support the autonomic balance or the homeostasis in our body. So when our nervous system becomes out of balance, it also negatively impacts our health. So anytime we can help to restore that balance, we are going to reduce the impact of the stressors on the body and help promote, a healthier awareness and balanced state. So those two oils are going to be wild orange and peppermint. And so especially when used together, they are going to help to ease breathing. They're going to energize us and revitalize us and uplift our mood. So it's a great way. You think about it, we start with relaxation. We take the process of helping to restore balance. And then we finish with something that's very uplifting and energizing. So it really is a great process. Now, as this technique, there's a lot to be said about the different zones and regions of the body. So the AromaTouch technique is going to utilize this. We've seen for thousands of years where healthcare practitioners have relied on body meridians or energy zones or even specific body organs to enhance the health. So if you think about acupuncture, you think about pathology and how they really believe that energy flow happens in certain lines and patterns throughout our body. So the AromaTouch technique is actually going to utilize the 10 meridians and zones in the body, and each of these is thought to play a role in the immune system. So you have different ones. You have the zones of the back. You see it starts more in the center, more in the midline, and it kind of works its way out. There's 5 on each side, so that's where the 10 comes in. So you've got 5 to the left, 5 to the right, and those correspond with the same 5 zones on the feet. Again, it always starts kind of more midline and moves outward on the body. And even the hands have zones, right? So we have our 5 spheres for our 5 zones. It actually has 3 regions, and the feet also have 3 regions that you can look at as well. This really is kind of merging an East meets West philosophy. So if you're looking at Eastern medicine, they have 5 zones and meridians. The zone 1, which is more that midline zone, actually represents the nose. So when you work in that zone, it's thought to help clean toxins. It's thought to help allow the body to operate at full capacity of strength. And then if you move out a little bit, it would actually represent the eye. And this is to help strengthen blood and bone, support hormones and absorption of nutrients. Then the third zone is kind of moving out to the outer eye. Again, we're building blood, we're strengthening. And then we keep moving outward. That's hearing is zone 4. So this is sensitive to stresses, sounds, and words. So this meridian is thought to give reaction to our organ functions. If we have the ability to hear and understand words, we also know how to heal through our words of charity. So a very Eastern kind of philosophy. And then, of course, the 5th zone represents the hands, through our hands. Work, giving and receiving from our breath in the heart. So it really is, I think these are really neat because it really does form a complete picture of not just physical but emotional and spiritual as well. So we need to kind of tie all that together, right? So when you're doing the technique, you're going to start with balance, and you're going to use a lotion or a carrier oil to help things be a little easier, but essentially you're just doing a very light and easy different massage technique on the back. I tell people all the time, you can get certified, and there is very precise ways, obviously, to learn to do this. But from my experience as a physical therapist, anytime you can get your hands on somebody in a very gentle and loving way, you will make that person feel better. So even if you don't know how to give the massage, you don't have to worry about it. You just want to listen to the person that you're massaging and just be very conscientious and gentle. And you're going to start with balance, and you're going to massage that into the back, going through all 5 zones. And then you're going to lavender, and you're just going to repeat that with the lavender. And you're just going to keep on going down the line. So it's going to be the Melaleuca, and then the On Guard. And again, you're going to want to make sure you go at all 5 of those meridians, so you're working the spine and kind of moving outwards. You're going to continue Roma Touch, and then Deep Blue, so that we're addressing that healthy inflammatory response. And then you're going to finish with the Wild Orange and the Peppermint. And this is really where you do the back, but you also incorporate the feet with this one. So this is the one where you really move down, and you'll kind of make sure you apply each of those oils to the regions of the feet to kind of help with that homeostatic balance, as well as a little bit of using the feet for some lymphatic circulation as well. So the other thing a lot of people will learn is the aroma hand technique. So hands are obviously a very important visceral contact point on the body. So if you can't do the full week on the back and the feet, sometimes just a quick hand massage can have really great benefits on helping people to reduce stress and to support local circulation. And you don't have to do all 8 of the oils with the Aroma Touch hand technique. You can either use one of the oils that possibly maybe you favor, or even just using the Aroma Touch blend be a good one to choose, because it is a nice blend that's going to cover a lot of different things. So this is just a little quick diagram. It's really just a hand massage where you're going to work through the palm and the top of the hand, through all the different fingers, and you always going to want to work up the arm, up the hand towards the heart, where you're really any kind of toxins or circulation, you really want to bring it back to the center of the body. So I always tell people, just make sure you're looking, kind of up the arm and up the hand toward the heart. And regardless of if your technique is perfect or not, still convey benefits to the person that's receiving the massage. Now, there is a way to get certified and actually take a course, usually a day course, and you become trained and certified in the Aroma Touch technique by attending one of the Aroma Touch classes. They actually have a website where they post all the classes, so you can kind of look up wherever you live and see which classes are coming to your area. And that's the aromatouchtechnique.com website. So like I said, really tonight, we kind of focus specifically on the Aroma Touch technique just because I feel like it's a really neat technique to learn and incorporate into a regular routine for your family and yourself. It's a great way to help manage all the things we talked about, stress, a healthy immune response, a healthy inflammatory response, and really balancing your body. Not to mention that it just feels wonderful to get a massage and just kind of feel like you're being pampered just a little bit. So there's actually a kit that you can buy. It comes with a video, and it comes with a small 5 ml bottle of 8 of those oils, and it will help you learn how to do the technique. Or you can go to the website and sign up for a class. So irregardless, we talked about 8 specific oils, but there's so many other oils like we talked about in the very beginning that can help support the healthy response, can help to soothe the achy muscles without having to go through the massage technique. So I'd like to tell people how they can get these different essential oils to their home. And really the choice is to be a retail customer or a wholesale member. And honestly, most people are really going to go for the wholesale membership. I'm going to tell you why. So the wholesale membership is essentially like a SCO or a Sam's. You have an enrollment of $35, and then you get 25% discount off all of retail prices. You also get access to special members-only promotions. You're able to log in online to manage your orders. And when you renew each year, they only do $25 to renew, and you get a free bottle of peppermint. So there's a lot of great promotions and perks to being a member. What I really love about it is that in order to maintain your membership, all you have to do is order one thing a year. That's it. So it really is a no-strings-attached membership. Have the opportunity to participate in the business, but it's definitely not required. That is really just left up to you to decide what's best. And the other thing that's really great is they have kind of a frequent flyers program. So that's called the Loyalty Rewards Program. And if you join that program, you do at least one purchase a month, and you begin to earn a percentage of your purchase that product points. And then those product points can be used to get products. So the points take those a year, and you build up every quarter. You increase from 10% to 10% when you renew. And so for me, I've been with doTERRA for about a year now. $300 I spend, I get 30 points back, which means on a quarterly basis, I'm getting at least $100 worth in free oil products with those 100 points. And so that really adds up to be sometimes $400 to $500 a year. So that's a lot of free products when you really start to think about it. Now, in order to make things even easier on people, doTERRA actually developed and come up with some enrollment kits. So when you do the enrollment kit for your membership, you don't have to pay that additional $35 fee. Everything's rolled into the price. And some of the more popular kits include our doTERRA Home Essentials kit. So these are just great ways to get started, to get a variety of different oils into your home to begin using. So the Home Essentials kit, our 15 ml bottle of, it's lavender, lemon, peppermint, oregano, melaleuca. It includes frankincense. And it has a couple of the blends. It has the deep blue, it has the Tend, the Breathe, and the On Guard. and it comes with a petal diffuser because I have one of those and it works wonderfully. And then we also have the Family Physicians Kit, which is essentially the same oils as in that Home Essentials Kit, but they're 5 size instead of 15 ml, and you don't get the diffuser. And then we have some other good ones like the Cleanse and Restore Kit and some even larger kits with more additional oils and products in it. I always tell people if you're interested in knowing more about the kits, definitely email or message me and I can send you the full flyer PDF to get more information. And doTERRA always does some really great promotions. So for the month of February, you can actually save % on the Raj Endless Hydrating Serum. It's part of our facial line, and it's lovely, of course, and it's got all the good stuff and the bad. It's got some really great essential oils in it that really are great for promoting skin health and just helping your skin be useful and regenerate. So they also offer products a month. That's one of the perks to being a member. Every month, you have an opportunity to get an additional free bottle of essential oil just by placing a 125 PV order by the 15th of the month. So this month, if you're a member, you get a free cypress by placing that 125 PV order by Sunday. And we're continuing with your New You promo. So what you do is if you're not yet enrolled with doTERRA, if you enroll with a new membership and you start with any of the kits we talked about, and then you go ahead and you set Loyalty Rewards account and you do your first order of at least 100 PV, then doTERRA will actually give you 100 points just to start off with. So that's like $100 in essential oil there. So you can really get your supply up and running and have a good selection of oil in your home for your family. So I love to figure out how to get started. You can visit my website at health11oils.com, or you can email me at health11oils@gmail.com or our Facebook page. So I love to be able to sit down with people one-on-one and help them really figure out what the best pathway is for them to have a natural and healthy lifestyle. I also love to come to teach classes if you're local to the Metro Atlanta area. I will come out and teach classes. There's some great hostess rewards and benefits for that. And I also will bring my VitaCabana, which is a great biocommunication device. It helps you determine where your body is out of balance, and supplements or oils will help to restore that balance in a more healthy and quicker way. So please feel free to reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to stop the recording, and if there are any questions, you can type them into that question box underneath. I look forward to talking to everybody soon. Thanks. Have a really great night.